Alright, so I took a little break from recording these videos because the audio quality was just horrendous. You couldn't even hear me without putting in headphones and jacking the volume up. So I saved up for an actual microphone. This is a Blue Yeti, and the sound so far is pretty fantastic, but I haven't quite got the gain um, nailed down yet. So this might be a little loud, but much easier to turn down than to hold the computer speakers close to your eardrum. So today I want to get back to looking at WeChat. Just for your reference here, I've just installed Debian 9.8 onto this old 2012 MacBook, and it is actually running a little bit slow because well, first of all, there's a big problem with the wireless card in this model of MacBook. But anyways, it can only connect to the 2.4 gigahertz. So anyways, let's get back to WeChat here, and we have already installed it. Actually, installing it is really the only thing that we've done so far. Just give me one quick second, as I didn't quite plan this out, and I'm going to have to edit a config file here so we can start at the beginning. Oh. So, if you don't want to spoil this suspense, I suppose you can close your eyes, but it should not take very long. One second here, bear with me. And we are going to talk about exactly what I just did there. Okay, so anyways, clear everything out. Alright, we just downloaded WeChat. Pretend. Okay, so the command is, as you would guess, WeChat. Oh, shit. Oh, that's exactly what we got going on. We have another program that is running it, and we changed the config file. Okay, so third time's the charm, hopefully. WeChat. There we go, and we are greeted by our banner here, and we are connected to... We are auto-connecting to a server, but what I want to show you today is actually how to manually do that yourself. So let's take a little look at the documentation here, okay? So if we go to WeChat, you can find in their awesome documentation, they have a quick start guide. And here we are, here's the beginning. And we are going to go to add an IRC server, because that's what we're doing. So throughout this video series, you're going to see that WeChat has its own internal syntax, where it's going to sort of have a slash command, and then, or I guess, I don't really know what to call it, but you can sort of see for yourself here. It has a general structure. So what we're going to be using right now is /server. The command is add freenode, which is what we're going to start working with here, because this is by far the largest IRC network still in existence. We can name this whatever we want, and we're going to call it fnode just for to be different sake. And then here's the actual address of the server, chat.freenode.net. So let's do that right now. Okay, so actually quit, and then we can redo this. Okay, so server add, let's call this fnode 2, because I already have an fnode. And then what did we say was chat.freenode.net. Okay, there we go. So as you can see here, we have fnode2 added, which is free node, and let's join. So it's easy. /connect fnode2. And it's going to be very slowly joining the server. Geez, I wish that editing that config file would have gone a little smoother. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I thought I had turned the auto connect off. I must have messed it up though. Alright, and here you go. We're going to be greeted by what they call this MOTD, or message of the day command. We can pull it up ourselves. Very sluggishly, apparently. Come on. Come on. Or perhaps not at all. Anyhow, the message of the day is just going to be, oh, there we go. Okay, finally, end of MOTD message. So all this stuff above here is sort of like a banner. It's going to display different news. Here it talks about, well, this wasn't in the MOTD, but here it talks about, you know, a link to their Freenet live conference that happened last year. Message of the day. Protect network at all connections will be scanned for. Okay, so you know, this is stuff that the admins are going to put up every day, and this is not, you know, like a channel that we're joining to talk to other people. This is where we're going to register our nick or nickname. It's where we're going to come to search for different channels that are on Freenode. What else? We're gonna come here and identify ourselves with a password. And things like that. So, as I'm sure you're already guessing, well, maybe you're not, because it's really not that difficult, but there is a way that we can set it so that every time we log into WeChat, we don't have to say /connect fnode2. Although that isn't very intensive, but there are other things like that we're going to explore later down the line. We're going to want to get used to not doing things manually, and setting things up to automatically connect or join as much as possible. So before we do that, let's take another look at that config file. Alright, so clear this out. After you install in your home directory, let's take a look here. Oops. There is going to be this .wechat folder. So let's go in there and take a look around. ls. We have directories for the different scripting languages, and we also have a bunch of these configuration files. And that internal syntax I just showed you, which is /server, /set, etc., those are all ways, essentially, of modifying these configuration files that are going to be read by WeChat. And not in the case of what we just did, but some of the stuff that we're going to look at later down the line, like, you know, joining channels, it's gonna be much easier to come in here and edit these yourself. And I'll show you exactly why, but that'll be down the line. But anyways, let's take a look right now at irc.conf, which is one of the main ones. And let's go down here. See, there's a ton right here. See, this is fnode. That was the first instance I set up before this video. Okay, auto connect is on, so that's probably the mistake that we made. And actually, let's modify that. Just quickly. So I'm going to use my Vim, my favorite text editor. I'm going to go down to, and we'll explore some of this. So here's like the default that we would, you know, we're going to treat all of the servers that we connect to with. And see, this one I did put auto connect off. But what I should have done, and apparently I didn't do, was go down to this F node and turn the auto connect to off. Save that, and let's pull up WeChat again and see if that worked. Okay, still another program using it. Totally forgot. And let's check to make sure that that's saved, since it was still running. See, and here we have F node 2, which is the one that we just added. So F node 1, auto connect is still on. So okay, for God's sakes, let's finally do this correctly. And we are going to go down to F node. All right. And we have auto connect on. And for the last time, let's turn it off, okay? And see what happens. Now let's open WeChat. There we go. Now there's no auto loading. And so I'm going to very, very quickly go over this again. Let's add the server add. In this case, well, why not? Let's call it fnode3. And chat.freenode.net. Cool. Connect fnode3. And it's going to do its thing here. Connecting to the server. Checking our host name. There we go. So yes, now we have joined Freenode. So that's how it would look from scratch without that annoying auto join thing that I had on before. But we are going to want to set that. But let's first take another look at the config file. So let's take a look at irc.conf, and let's go down to fnode3. And as you can see, it added the server fnode3. So we have fnode, we have fnode2, fnode3, and we use that internal syntax of /server add, and it modified the config file. So that's sort of the whole gist of this that I want to introduce you to in this video. I'm sure you can figure out for yourself how to join a server. It's very easy. But if you take a little of a deeper look, you'll see that all these things are available for you to manually modify, which we are going to do later down the line. So anyways, fnode3.autojoin. Nope, I'm sorry, we're not looking at auto join, we're looking at auto connect. And there's no value there because we haven't set it. But we are going to do so. So once again, let's start WeChat. Let's connect to fnode3. Alright. And while it's loading, we're going to take a look at the documentation for that syntax. So set custom IRC server options. Right here, auto connect. So this is how we're going to, this is the command that we're going to give inside of the WeChat program. And then we'll take a look at how it's going to modify the configuration file, which I'm sure you can guess, but we'll just, do proof of concept here. So it's going to be /set irc.server. In our case, fnode3 .autoconnect and on. Okay. So now WeChat has joined fnode3, but we are going to set irc.server.fnode3.autoconnect on. And it's going to tell us option changed. irc.server fnode3 autoconnect on. And so what that is going to do, and we'll demonstrate that, is every time that we just type into a terminal WeChat, it's just going to automatically join Freenode, which is exactly what we want. So let's quit. Let's take a very last look at the irc.conf file. Fnode. Go down to Fnode 3. And as when before, there was no value to Fnode 3.AutoConnect. Here, it's on. So we modified that. And let's join WeChat and see what happens. And we can see here it is automatically connecting to Freenode. So, this video was a little bit sloppy. I hope it's going to get smoother. But I think I sort of got the point across with the configuration files and the internal syntax. And I think next up we are going to look at nicknames, or nicks, and how to register one, how to identify yourself by a password, and finally how to set it to automatically join as your nickname. So that's it for today, and thank you for watching.